Very important question, what are we going to learn this year in Spanish 1? We're going to start in lecciones preliminares. This basically means preliminary lessons. These are some of the basics that are important to know before we get into the further chapters, like greeting people, saying goodbye and hello, using your manners. We're going to learn how to count all the way to 100 and beyond. You're going to learn the days of the week, months of the year. You'll be able to ask what the date is. If someone asks you what the date is, you'll be able to tell them what the date is, and you'll be able to tell time, and also discuss the seasons and describe what the weather is like. When you've mastered all of those things, you'll be able to move on to Chapter 1, Capítulo 1, Como Somos. In Chapter 1, we'll be talking about people and things, getting the hang of describing people and things, discussing where someone's from or where you're from, talking about the subjects that you're taking in school. You even will be able to express some of your opinions about those subjects. Maybe you really hate math, maybe you really love history. You're definitely going to love Spanish. We're also going to talk about our most familiar Spanish speakers in the world, which are those who live right here in the United States. In Chapter 2, Capítulo 2, La Familia y la Casa. Familia, I'm sure you can already tell what that word means. Families. This chapter is all about families and pets, describing what your house is like, what your apartment's like, talking about the rooms in your house, what kind of furniture you have. We're also going to have a cultural section of this chapter dedicated to discussing what family means in Spanish-speaking countries and how that compares and contrasts to what we think of family in our culture in the United States. Chapter 3, Capítulo 3, En clase y después. Take a guess what clase means. It means class. This chapter is all about what you do in school. You'll be learning some of the clothing items. You'll also be learning what some of your school supplies are in Spanish. Talk about what you and your friends do during and after school. And we'll compare what you and your friends might do after school to what Spanish-speaking countries, what their high schoolers do during and after school. Capítulo 4, maybe the most interesting chapter, ¿Qué comemos y dónde? This chapter is about food. We're going to discuss food, we'll discuss meals, talk about restaurants, how to order food and drinks, and we'll also compare eating habits in Spain, Latin America, and in the United States. You may think everyone eats the same way and at the same times, but they are very different. So we're going to discuss some of the ways that eating is different in other countries. Capítulo 5, Los deportes, sports. This chapter is all about sports, especially soccer, baseball, tennis. We're also going to talk about basketball. We'll be able to describe a uniform that you might wear while you're playing the sport, and talk about the colors of the different uniforms. So this is the chapter where we learn colors. This is also a chapter where you'll learn how to express your interests, or maybe some things that you're not so interested in, things that make you bored, things that you like, things that you don't like, people you don't like. So it's a really fun chapter for being able to express what you enjoy, what you like. Capítulo 6, El bienestar. This chapter is about health and about the doctor's office and about emotions and personality and describing how you feel. We are going to learn how to talk our way through a doctor's appointment, which is very useful, especially if you're traveling in a Spanish-speaking country and you happen to get sick. You'll be able to tell the doctor what's wrong. Capítulo 7, de vacaciones. I'm sure you know what vacaciones means. If you look hard enough, it means vacation. This chapter is all about summer and winter vacation activities. So we're going to be talking about water skiing, swimming, snorkeling, skating, snowboarding, all of those kinds of activities, being on vacation, being at a beach resort, all that sort of thing. And finally, the very last chapter of Spanish 1, Capítulo 8, En tu tiempo libre. This means in your free time. So we're going to talk about a party, a birthday party in particular, discussing fun events like concerts or movies or museums. And we're also going to get a little bit into Hispanic art and music. And that concludes Spanish 1.